What's going on, guys? It's your favorite English teacher, Mr. Miles, giving you the tips that you need to be successful in your English class. Oh my goodness. Like, what? See, what? Look, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a little bit upset because, look, I'm not even, you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm not even gonna, no, because they need to know. Look at this. The cat ran. What? What do you mean the cat ran? Like, are you guys not upset with this? I mean, this sentence doesn't really give us much detail, does it? I mean, there's so much that I need to know about this cat. I mean, where was the cat running? Why was the cat running? When or how was this particular cat running? I mean, you see, oftentimes when we create sentences, we leave out important information because we're a lot of times we're just rushing, right? The cat ran. This person rushed this sentence. Look, when you're a writer, all right, you want to make sure that you allow the reader to take mental pictures of what it is you're talking about. And this sentence just doesn't do that. Does it? Do you see a mental picture? What kind of cat is it? Or how big is the cat? What does the cat look like? So you can't get any of those questions answered with the cat ran. Look, I'm gonna give you a very, very good tip of mine. And this is something that I use whenever I'm writing. It doesn't matter if it's a narrative or some sort of poem or informational text. Listen, it's called sentence expanding or sentence stretching. And it simply means that you take a simple sentence like the cat ran and you stretch it by adding in more details. Now, there's one specific way that you do this, okay? Well, I'm only gonna talk about one specific way, but there are a variety of different ways that you could stretch this particular boring sentence. You have to ask yourself a couple of questions. Where, when, why, and how? You see, when I answer those 4 questions, I allow the reader to make a vivid picture in their head that they can connect to prior knowledge or things that they've seen in the past or movies they've seen, or it allows them to make connections within their own life because they're not just looking at words like the cat ran, but they're making mental connections. Let me show you an example. See, I don't like this sentence because I don't get a mental picture from it. So let's just get this crap out of the way here. Now, let's go back to this cat. Where was this cat? Was it in your house? Because if it was a house cat, that tells me that it's probably a small cat, right? But if this cat was in an African safari, now that opens up a little bit more of my imagination because it could be a lion, it could be a panther or a jaguar, or perhaps a cheetah. Yeah, I like that. But you know what? I'm not even gonna answer that question. I'm just gonna let your imagination kind of spin a little bit. All right, so let's move on. We know that the where is going to be in the African safari. But let's look at why. Ooh, that's an interesting question. Let's say that this cat was running because it was chasing, I don't know, a meerkat, or it was chasing some sort of small animal because it was hungry. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Let's answer the question of when. Let's say this happened on our trip to the African safari because we were in like this giant Jeep, right? And we were all taking pictures with our camera of this cat running, chasing a smaller animal. How? What about that question? What about the question of how? Well, this particular cat was sprinting at a very, 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 very high speed. Now remember I said I wasn't gonna tell you what type of cat I was talking about, but now you know what cat it is. A cat that's sprinting at a very high speed in an African safari, chasing a small animal. Something tells me that this cat is probably a cheetah. Now we start to paint a mental picture in our heads, don't you see? Now we're becoming a little bit more connected to this sentence, but we're not finished yet. Because I'm not going to allow us to create 4 more additional sentences. No, that's going to make our writing too long. Let's still keep it short. I'm gonna keep all of that information into one sentence. On our trip to the African safari, there was a cheetah sprinting after a small gazelle calf. Now, as you can see, that sentence has a lot of information, and it allows us to paint a picture in our head. So that's the technique. You have to answer those 4 questions within most of the sentences that you use. Because remember, we're trying to create a mental picture within the reader because it helps them to make connections to the text. So, where, when, why, and how. And that's it.